think of who's gonna die, especially if it's one of our loved ones or someone we know. However, the cycle of life doesn't work that way. There's people who die old of age, at the hospital, or while sleeping. This person was not only someone's friend or neighbor, but she was my grandmother. The only person I know who had a positive attitude no matter what she was going through. Today I want to celebrate my grandmother's 1-year anniversary in heaven. After a year, it is still hard for me to think that she is no longer by my side. I spent good time with her, that it is hard for me to not see her around, or to at least hear her voice. My grandmother was a bubbly person. She grew up with both her parents and her siblings. She had 3 children and became a single mother at a young age. In 55 years, my grandmother did a lot, and it all marked my life and the people around her as well. Last year, a day after Thanksgiving, my grandmother passed away. It hurts to remember and to realize she died unexpectedly. Sometimes I get mad to know that God took her away, but then I remind myself that she was at least able to spend a good time with us, her grandchildren. Today, I want to remember my grandmother for the good person she was and for what she did that I will always admire about her. My grandmother, even though she was a quiet, introverted person, she always had a good heart. When we would go to El Salvador to visit her, she would wait for us with all of her food, snacks, and soda. When people would talk to her, she didn't care if they were poor or if they were educated or not. All she wanted to do was to share a good story and drink some good soda. That was like her hobby. Older people and even kids liked it when she was around. People loved her food and her warm and welcoming environment. In addition to the last point, she was not only a good person, but my grandmother was dedicated to her family as well. She took care of my great-grandparents till their last breath. She always looked after them. She would clean and cook for them day and night. Unfortunately, she saw both of her parents die. My great-grandfather died in my aunt's arms when they were at the hospital with my grandmother, and my great-grandmother died after living years with Alzheimer's. My grandmother said that she felt good to know that she was able to stick with my great-grandparents till the very end. When she was growing, her life was different. She had her first child at the age of 16, and had 2 more after. She became a single mother after her 3rd partner left her, and she decided to raise her family on her own. She would sell food day and night to her friends and neighbors so her family could survive. Even with all her hardships, she still stayed with her family. When she found out her small family was growing, she was happy to meet us and watch us grow. I still can't believe it's been a year from when my grandmother passed away. I'm here to remind myself of the good person she was and for all the good things she did that I will always admire her for. I want to remember her for the good things she did as a daughter, as a mother, and as a grandmother. I hope I make my grandmother proud with the person I am becoming today. I also want to remind you to live the life you want, because it's better to live a shorter life where you accomplished everything you wanted to, rather than living 100 years without knowing what exactly you liked or wanted for your life. Thank you.